Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Treehouse Savings. I am going to show you how you can store, one way to store your chicken eggs or your store-bought eggs in the freezer. I learned this a while ago when we started doing chickens, and it's helped tremendously. Now, there's other ways of storing your eggs, like glass, I think it's glass water bath or glass water, something like that, where it stores for basically a couple of years. I haven't tried that yet. I just wanted to do it during the winter to have enough eggs for the winter when the chickens stop laying or don't lay as much. So what I do is I bought these silicone cups off of Amazon because I couldn't find them at any local store or anything. They didn't have any for some reason. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my muffin pan with these, and I'm going to show you pretty colors, very bright, especially for Easter. And line it with that, and then you're going to take some spray, and you're going to just spray the inside of your cups, just enough to line it. Oops. Just enough to line it, and just make sure the sides, my hands are clean, by the way. Everything is good, kind of. And I use that spray, I got it from, I think it was Aldi's, but yeah. All right, so now that they're coated, what you do is take your eggs. Now I'll kind of show you, so that's one of my chicken eggs. And then I have like a leghorn. I do have a new one, and I'm not sure which one's laying this, but they are doing the green eggs. And then I have duck eggs. So they're a bit, you can kind of tell, they're a bit bigger. Now that's more on the smaller aspect. I'm gonna get a big one for you. That's a big, see the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference in the chicken eggs and the duck egg. Definitely a different size if you look at them. Definitely bigger. So you can use any eggs, and I'm gonna try to do most of these, but what I'm gonna do is what I do, because I found out that you can just drop them in, crack them and drop them in every pan, which is fine, and freeze them that way. Well, I'm not gonna do that, because I did that. What I found was the yolk seemed to have more of a, not gelled, but it was stiffer. It was rubber, maybe, I guess you would say, rubber. And you know, just not pleasant. But if you like them that way, that's fine. So what I do is I washed my eggs off, and I'm going to crack them, and then I'm going to actually put them in my bowl, and because I don't want them whole, I'm going to scramble them in before I put them in the cup, because I find that that's easier. So when you go to pull them out for recipes, or you're just making scrambled eggs, it's already done for you. So I am going to crack this in my bowl. And I know it's a little time consuming, but hey, I don't got anywhere to go. I find this works so much easier than just dropping the whole egg in and then having that funky yolk being like harder. And fill my cup. Now you might have a little bit more. Some eggs are bigger, some are smaller. So here's another one. Crack that egg. And just, I mean, the colors of chicken eggs, it is so different than store-bought. I don't know if people know this, but store-bought eggs are already, they come washed, obviously. So the life of the chicken egg starts to deteriorate, remember. But I've heard that when you get the chicken eggs, they're like already almost 5-6 weeks old. Now, I don't know how true that is. And if that's so, then you're kind of really behind the 8 ball, right? I mean, all right, so I'm gonna take this duck egg. I'm going to scramble one of these up. Now these are huge. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but that yolk is, oh, the camera doesn't do it justice, is huge. So I am going to scramble that up. And there's really no difference between duck eggs and chicken eggs that I find. It's just the duck egg is bigger. I've had a couple where I have a double yolker. So we'll scramble up. Now this might fill it more than what I need, but I'll just add the extra to the one next to it. Yeah, see, it's a big duck egg. There we go. So I might not be able to use too many eggs. Now this one's a smaller duck egg. We're just getting back to layering again, or laying, sorry, which is good. But this is great. So when you do recipes and you need eggs and you don't have them in your fridge, you just pull them out of your freezer. And what I do is after I take them out of the silicone cups, after they've frozen, I'll put them in a Ziploc freezer bag, gallon bag, and keep them in my freezer. So when I do need them, I have them. And there's sometimes you just need fresh for things, but most generally, I just use my duck eggs and chicken eggs. So yeah, so if you buy store-bought eggs, you're already behind the 8 ball because they've already washed the eggs for the production. And then by the time they get delivered to the store, and then you buy them, think about it, it takes a while. So all the nourishment is actually starting to deteriorate. So if you have fresh eggs and duck eggs, you're doing good. But I found that if you dump the egg, the yolk was so rubbery. Look at that, just pour that right in. So that felt really good. So I'm gonna grab another one. So depending on how many eggs, you go through, and I mean, I have a neighbor that I went to give her some eggs, and she says, you know what's funny? She says, I buy a carton, and she goes, I maybe use a couple of them, and then the rest of them go bad. So she goes, don't give me any, because she comes and she brings me her scraps. Okay, so yeah, I find that these eggs get rubbery, and if you just throw them in whole. Pour that in. Got what, 5 more to do. So we keep cracking these eggs. Fill another cup. A little bit left. Put it in that one. Let's do another duck egg. So these are huge. I mean, they are. I got people who come to my house and love them because they're great with sandwiches. They make big sandwiches. So. There. This one is pretty big, so we'll probably have some. Ooh, see that? Yeah. There we go. And let's do another duck egg. These seem to fill up faster with the duck eggs. So we started doing chickens at the beginning of COVID when we were home. And we found that it worked out really great for the kids, because they not only learned about little chicks going through the process and then growing up, and then finally the day they laid, they were so ecstatic. I was even ecstatic because I've never raised chickens before. So that was a great teaching tool if you can have a couple chickens, or, I mean, even if you don't have space. Some people, they just need a little area for it. And that's all you need. I mean, a couple chickens doesn't take up much, but I know some people don't, or some places don't allow it, and makes it harder for everybody to have a chicken, so I understand. Of course, and then feeding it, you know, the whole feed problems. I don't know if some of you heard or not. There was some feed issues that some of the chickens weren't laying when they were being, you know, using the feed, and, you know, the company wasn't saying yes or no. It was their issue, but all in all, you know, we try to use some supplemental feed, but most generally they're free ranging. And then I give a lot of like barley, sunflower seeds, things like that. So basically this is what it looks like. So they're all full, and I'm going to go stick this in my freezer. I'm going to freeze it for a couple hours. And then I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to show you what happens after they come out frozen. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, it's been a few hours, probably about 4 hours, and now they have frozen. So if you can see that, it's still a little tacky, a little soft, and you're gonna want to do this quickly. Because I'm just putting these right now in my freezer. What I'm gonna do is I am going to take these and take them out of the cup and peel the silicone off. I'm going to throw it in my bag. I'm going to have to put that in a different bag, but I just want to show you, because they'll start to defrost and you don't want that. So see how easy those come out? If you just put it into the pan, it's going to stick, especially without the non-stick spray. It just makes a mess. This one's not quite frozen. That's okay. It'll work. It'll freeze some more when I stick them back in the freezer. Whoop. So I love these things. They just peel right off, especially when you put some, you know, of the spray onto it. It comes right off. Makes it so much easier, because before it just got really sticky. This one's not quite frozen. That's okay. It'll freeze again when I stick them back into the freezer. And these are still nice. They come out. So if you go to use these for recipes and you want to, you know, have 2 eggs, you know that to take 2 out, because each one has like 1 egg in it. So you would take them out, let them get to room temperature, and so that might take a little bit. So make sure you take them out well in advance, and then you'll be able to use them. And it's really a great way to save your eggs, especially if you don't use your eggs right off. See that? Perfect. Now stick this in my freezer for right now. I'm going to change the bag after, but this is not my freezer bag. So I wanted to show you. I have some other ones that I had frozen in a freezer bag. Just make sure you write down, this is a new one, the date of when these eggs were put in. And you get some eggs that are going to be saved for recipes or eggs for breakfast. There's really no difference other than it might be a little bit watery, just a little bit, because it's frozen. But otherwise, they're great for cooking and great for scrambled eggs. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. We'll talk some more about eggs, because there's other ways of like telling a good egg from a bad egg, things like that. But I really wanted to show you how you can preserve eggs, because a lot of people don't know. So hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And have a great day, guys. God bless. Love ya.